Hiya, folks. This is Rick Emmett of Triumph.
This is Mark Merrill, also known as Johnny B. Bad.
Hi, this is a best-selling author. I threw the best-selling in there. Best-selling author Dick Wybrow.
I'm Melanie from Second Shooter.
This is Jeff with Second Shooter.
Hey everybody, it's Brian Allen from Bridges Ablaze.
Hey, this is Sammy Lee, drummer of the band Red Rain.
Yo guys, it's Mark McKay.
Hey, this is Frank Fletcher.
Hola amigos, this is Billy Sheehan.
Hey guys, this is John Karabi.
Hi, this is Jim Valance.
What's up everybody, it's Logan from All the Pretty Things.
Hey guys, it's Leather Leone.
This is Nothing from Inside the Trojan Horse.
What's up guys, Cassandra Carson here from Paralandra and the Life Project.
My name's Reggie, and you are listening to the Weekly Pour podcast. Thanks so much for joining the most amazing twosome out there.
It's time once again for the Weekly Pour, the show that knows everything about absolutely nothing. Here are your hosts, TbT and Ace.
Welcome to episode 185 of the Weekly Pour podcast. I am TbT. That guy over there is Ace. This is Wednesday, June 10th. 2026. Yes. I couldn't remember what day. I knew it was Wednesday. I just didn't know the date. Welcome to everybody that's in the chat already jumping in and making their mark and making themselves known. We appreciate it. If you're watching this live, be sure to jump into the chat. Just say hi. You don't have to say too much because moderator never shuts up, so you won't get a chance anyway. Speaking of the moderator, that is moderator Natalie. You can tell that by her name, and it says moderator Natalie. A lot of our regulars are already in the chat. Of course, Mama TbT, who was the first one in for a record 276 consecutive episodes. The Viper is in early. It's about time.
Oh, yeah. He's just back home.
Oh, yeah. Whatever. It's all I hear about. Mrs. TbT's in, and who else is there? Did I see somebody else? I did. Oh, look. Pam is in there. So hello to Pam. And whoever else is in there watching, if you're not jumping into the chat, just say hi. We won't talk to you too much. We will, actually. Hey, what everybody think about the new cool picture that Ace and I posed for that was at the beginning of this episode? Let me put it back up.
That was our photo shoot.
Yeah, let me put it back up because it looks awesome. This was our glamour shot. It's pretty good. I even combed my beard. And I love your long-ass tattoo that I didn't know you had.
That's a great tattoo.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It looks awesome. I should just keep that up for the entire show. Nobody needs to see us, right? Oh, wait. There we are. Now, I'm pretty sure the Viper would get mad that he wouldn't actually be able to see us in person. And how funny is it that I'm wearing black and you're wearing white? It's almost like it's a, Michael Jackson thing or something.
Yeah, it's like ebony and ivory.
Yeah, or salt and pepper.
You see where that movie's made like 900 million worldwide?
What
the Michael
movie?
Jackson movie.
Oh,
the Michael Jackson movie.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Let me tell you, neither have I.
Well, I mean, it's been out a few weeks, and I thought it would kind of die a little bit, but boy, it's still got some momentum behind it.
Is that in the theaters or is it like a Netflix thing?
It's in the theaters, but now I believe it's streaming somewhere as well. But I just saw a report today. I don't know the exact number, but it was something like 900 million worldwide or some crazy number.
Holy crap. Has anybody in the chat watched this thing yet?
Anyone? Surprised me. I've heard good things.
Yeah.
And the thing is, whether you're a Michael Jackson fan or not, if it's a good movie, it's a good movie, right?
For sure.
Yeah. No, I went and saw Obsession last week, yes.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
I am intrigued because I am secretly in love with that girl.
Oh, did you know her prior? Have you met?
No clue. I just seen her on the trailer and I was like, that's the kind I like.
You won't love her after the movies.
I disagree. I disagree. I probably would.
I don't know. I mean, obsessed, beyond obsessed. This one was.
Was it a good movie?
Yes. Overall, a good movie. It's well paced, good plot. And for the budget that they filmed it for, which was very minimal, like what, $3 million,
right?
I believe they did a really nice job. My one complaint, it's one of those movies that you can tell it's low budget because there's no lights. There's no lights.
It's like a dark movie.
It's very dark. You can't see anything.
Oh,
even when they're in
like a flashlight.
Well, even when they're in their houses, just hanging out, you can't see anything. and I hate that.
Yeah.
It's like they're making up for the low budget by covering up cheapness with darkness.
Well,
that looks a little cheap over there. Don't worry, we'll
it's
darken it.
it's dark. Maybe she's obsessed with darkness.
Well, she's pretty something.
Wow, I'm gonna have to
But
watch
yeah,
it.
it's really really good. I think you'd like it. What I was intrigued was the whole story of this being a sort of a YouTuber film, in the sense that a YouTuber created this, was able to get it distributed to major theaters, and then make something like, oh gosh, 50 million, 60 million,
Holy crap!
out of a $3 million budget, and get not only high critic ratings but high audience ratings as well. Very well done.
And I'm surprised you didn't go see The Mandalorian and Grogu.
No one saw that. Not
Yeah,
one person.
I know. Did you know that they ended up like putting out another version
Of that?
Yeah, like apparently it was doing so bad. This is allegedly, I don't know how true, that it was doing so bad that they put out like it's not even a director's cut, but it's I don't know, but they put out this other version that allegedly has like behind the scenes stuff in it. I don't know if that was it had to have been released in theaters, that other version, because I don't think they're
Yes, I
streaming it
think I
yet.
did hear about that.
Okay.
Oh wait, now I am wrong. Obsession has made worldwide 224 million.
What did you say?
I said around 50.
Oh, you're only off by a little.
The
A couple
domestic
tanks of
number
gas.
is about 152 million, and that let's see what the budget was, but I think it was like 3 million, which that's beyond. You're not even hoping for that if you put out something like that. The budget cited for this, commonly known, is $750,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not missing a zero either. I just pulled up that it says that Obsession has surpassed The Mandalorian Grogu at the domestic box office.
No.
So, yeah.
What did that movie make? How well did, because I know it was not well reviewed.
I think it made $16.23. Two people went and seen it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It was The Mandalorian and Grogu because he still has to pay even though he's sitting in somebody's lap. I'm not sure. It made actually I can tell you it made 158 million domestically, where Obsession, it says on what I'm looking at, 161 million domestically. But I don't know. I myself am a huge Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars.
Right.
I've seen everything that's out there. I was not like, I don't know. I just wasn't obsessed with having to go see this. Now, if it was on Disney Plus, who is not a sponsor, if it was on there, I would have already watched it. I would have watched it the day it came out.
But wasn't that the plan? Wasn't this supposed to be the next season of
Yeah.
The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Flavor Flav got a hold of it and said, you know what? We can make a movie out of this. So that's what they did. Not Flavor Flav, but John Flavu or Flavor Flav. So apparently they thought that they could do a little bit better if they decided to, what is this? If they decided to make a film, a feature film out of it, but apparently that didn't happen. So, which is not good because you think it's some of the other stuff that's came out. Now we're going to get in a Star Wars tangent for everybody in the chat. The Solo, I think that's what it was called. Solo.
Yes.
Performed horribly. I liked that movie. I thought it was great to have a little background of one of the most beloved characters in the whole franchise. You know, you got to see how Han Solo came to do what he was doing and how he got the Millennium Falcon and how him and Chewbacca became this, dynamic duo. I thought it was good, but I don't know. I think we were getting saturated with so much Star Wars stuff at the time.
Well,
but
I bet even now though, that movie would be considered a good movie compared to what they put out now.
Possibly. I'm
because
I know the
I
plot and everything behind the Mandalorian and Grogu, but I don't know. The way it was marketed, like the teaser with Mandalorian and Grogu, I thought that looked so elementary. It looked like it was a children's movie instead of it being part of Star Wars. It should have been darker and deeper. I don't give a crap if this little, home skillet Yoda guy's cute. Make this a darker film, or at least make me want to go see it. Put the freaking girl from Obsessed in it, and I'll go see it.
maybe if they had called it The Mandalorian and Baby Yoda,
Or just
it
said
would have done better.
Mandalorian the movie.
There you go.
Leave Grogu out of it. You cannot make Grogu a serious word. That's like fixing spaghetti and using ragu. Now all of a sudden it's not serious spaghetti.
That's the whole
Still good,
thing, though, was the marketing.
but it sucked.
Right. They're marketing Grogu in that because that's a popular, uh, money-making thing for them.
So they thought.
Right, exactly. And it
Yeah.
didn't work. It backfired.
You could have just put the Mandalorian and Grogu's going to be in it. They didn't put The Empire Strikes Back and Yoda. You knew
Right.
he was going to be there.
Before this, what was the last Star Wars movie that came out? It's been a minute, hasn't it? Because Disney's focused hard on
series,
the series and the Disney Plus stuff. They've
backed
backed off
up
on the
now.
movies. I know the Ren chick was in it, or Kylo Ren, or what?
I don't know if she was.
Maybe not. But
you have to keep talking now because
they've focused so hard on
gosh.
the series
There's
that they've kind of
Skywalker.
Yeah, they've abandoned the movies because they weren't performing well,
right?
And there was so much backlash over that character alone.
Yeah, but you get a series like Ahsoka. Oh, phenomenal. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants to see it. You get the animated series, The Bad Batch. That was a good series. And they did very well on Disney Plus.
Okay.
They would come out, one episode every week for, 8 weeks or whatever, and be an 8-episode thing. And they were good. But yeah, the last 2019 was the last one released in theaters, and that was The Rise of Skywalker.
Wow.
I had
That's
no
been a
idea
minute.
that it had been. That can't be true. Maybe it is.
So,
I guess it is.
So that tells me right there that this whole plan to put this out in theaters, The Mandalorian, I think that was not the original plan. I think it would have been much more well-rounded and much more of a finished product.
Yeah.
I think of anything, though, that The Mandalorian is probably something that would have worked in theaters because it's a pretty big character. I don't know why it wouldn't have.
It got too Disney. If you want to know my opinion, it just got too Disney. Let's market this cute little thing. That's great. Yep. It is a phenomenal character. It is great. But it just got too Disney. For me, it's kind of like Return of the Jedi, even though that was a great movie, made a lot of money, but it was the Ewoks. Stop focusing on the Ewoks.
Yes. So much Ewoks.
Yeah.
That's all I remember about that movie.
Sure.
Well, and I will tell you, I've only seen it once, and that's when it came out in theaters. Wow. When was that? 84, 83?
83. Yep. 83.
Yep. Right. I was 12. So that's the last time I saw it. And all I remember are Ewoks. And I have an Ewok at home, a little bitty toy.
Yeah. It's an action figure. It's not a toy.
I mean, Disney's got a Marvel problem and they've got a Star Wars problem.
Yeah.
And it's oversaturation and lack of interest all of a sudden, and they can't pull themselves out of it because they can't help themselves. They have to make movies and TV shows and product.
I want to say that it's a lot like Thor. When Thor came out, I don't remember which one it was, but they made everything. They made everything, the storyboard and everything, so colorful. I don't care. Stop Disneying this stuff up because
Yeah.
they're just ruining it, in my opinion. They got to stop.
Right.
Moderator Natalie
Whereas,
said the Ewoks were so cute. Sure, Grogu is
so's
cute,
Baby Yoda.
but they didn't call it Return of the Jedi and the Ewoks. I'm gonna
Right.
I can do a tangent on this for the next 45 minutes.
Right. And whereas Disney has the issue with the Zack Snyder films where they're almost too dark.
Right.
And we can't meet in the middle a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, Viper said the Ewoks' lives matter. You're right. But did you notice when they gave Princess Leia the clothing to wear?
What did they give her?
No, it's not just that. Where did they get those clothes and where were the other humans? They ate them. They weren't going to put C3PO in a soup. That's where all the other humans went.
I take that back. That's the other thing I remember from that movie.
Oh, see. Good grief.
There you
go. I do promise we have news.
No, that was news. That's good stuff.
It is. It was news. Total movie news. And I'm glad you got to see the movie because I had wondered about it. Hadn't really talked to anybody that had seen it. I don't know anybody that's seen it.
Yeah, well, I may not have went on my own, but I have a daughter that likes A, we both like horror movies, and B, this is right up her alley in the sense that this is like her generation making this type of movie. So that's it kind of latches into that Gen Z genre where, they're pulling the young kids in and, they kind of get it.
Yeah, I get it. I saw she was hot. Yeah. Being all obsessed like that.
It's not hot at all.
My goodness. You know what's also not hot?
The weather?
No, the weather is frickin' hot. It is currently 87 degrees, and the heat index right now is probably 112. I gotta check. Oh no, it's only 100. So it feels like 100. The temperature's 88. Humidity is outrageous. And yeah. Arizona is also hot. Did you know that?
Very much so.
It's so hot that when you are golfing and decide to be done golfing and you stop at the gas station to get gas, and you had to put in your credit card, swipe it or leave it in so it can read the chips. Yeah. Well, not only does it melt, sometimes you just forget it and leave it there.
Yeah. Man, my other job, people do that all the time at vending machines. I don't get it. You insert your card and you get your stuff and walk away, and it tells you to take it out. Take your card.
Do you pull the card out and find the owner?
People usually bring them to me, and then I find the owner.
So you would have done very, very well in Arizona had you found this credit card.
Yes.
This is exactly what happened to legendary rocker himself, Alice Cooper, who had been out golfing and decided to stop at a gas station, stops at the gas station, puts his card in, leaves it there. And someone who knew him or knew of him, because everybody knows of Alice Cooper, especially in that area, actually got in touch with his one of his clubs, not golf club, but like a I don't know if it's a kids club or a teen center. That's what it was. It's a teen center in Phoenix. This guy got a hold of the teen center in Phoenix and was actually able to meet up with Alice Cooper to give him back his credit card. Okay, number one, mad props to that guy for not just taking that and going, sweet, I have a memento, and putting it in his pocket. Not saying he would spend any money, because I'm sure Mr. Cooper would just cancel it. Where's my card? But he could have had a memento.
He's not Wilford Brimley.
Yeah, but he didn't know where it was. I can't find it. So kudos to the guy. His name is Jeff Guy. He's the only second person I know that spells his name Jeff with a G. EOFF. Geoff. That's his name, Geoff.
Geoff.
Geoff. He found it, which was cool. He got it back to Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper, of course, was very grateful. Gave him some swag. They took photos. It was kind of cool. And yeah, that may not be a huge story to pass on, but it just goes to show that sometimes there are still good people out there.
Right. He could have been.
What?
Yeah, he could have kept it. He could have used it.
Yeah.
What I find cool is that Alice Cooper is pumping his own gas.
Yeah. I bet he made his wife do it.
I bet that people where he lives, if you know who he is, you know who he is. But otherwise, he blends in pretty well.
Yeah.
I have met Alice Cooper, and he blends in very well.
Sure. You interrupted him when he was eating wontons, right?
No, he was eating pizza. I didn't interrupt him. I let him eat.
Yeah, he had pepperoni still stuck in his teeth, and you were, oh, sorry, yeah.
And then I walked up to him. I approached him, and not creepy, calm, don't spook him. And I said, "Well, you always say to celebrities," I said, "Are you who I think you are?"
You should have been like, "I think that's poison running in my veins." You should have serenaded him.
I should have.
Yeah,
I should have.
The cool thing about this too is that, and I think when was this? This is like 2 days ago. So it was the 9th. So this was yesterday, I believe, is when this happened. The very next day, he was leaving to go to Europe for the European leg of his current tour. So that would have sucked if he didn't realize it was gone.
Right.
And he gets to Europe and he's like, "Oh, Wilford Brimley, where's my stuff?" And he can't find it. "Hey, you see my credit card?" No. He had to cancel it. Got to get it sent back to the house. He's eating ramen noodles and wontons again, waiting for you to stop by. It had just been a bad time because that's the only card that Alice Cooper had.
That's all he has is that. He takes that car everywhere too.
Yeah.
Not in Europe, but when he tours
everywhere else,
he takes that car because that's how we found him at the mall. He drove to the mall
because you knew he was going to be there.
Yes, I was called. Someone told me.
Him.
No, someone else stalked him and told me he was there.
I'm sure you're excited to read his autobiography, which is called "Devil on My Shoulder," which of course will be out on October 8th of this year. So just a few more months. But I thought it was a cool story, just something kind of neat to talk about. That that even the most famous people can screw up and leave their credit card. I did get fuel today after work. And I remembered this story, and it reminded me to make sure I got my card.
Yeah.
So I did.
It shows you that, like you said, that there's some good people out there still.
Yeah. Another person who's done good deeds and done them dirt cheap. No, wrong band. I just was trying to lead up to it. Stephen Pearcy has finally given us some information on his tentatively scheduled release of his new solo album. It is called The Dogg Mob. That is DOGG. For anybody that gets that reference, The Dogg Mob, DOGG. It is now tentatively scheduled to be released.
J.
1JARRET. Yeah. Tentatively to be scheduled this fall of this year, 2026. Stephen Pearcy, new solo album called The Dogg Mob. This is going to be released via his Top Fuel Records label. And his most recent solo LP, which was View to a Thrill, was released back in 2018. So now we're looking at 8 years since the last time. And it's, of course, a follow-up to the one he released in 2017, which was called Smash. So I've heard one song already off of this upcoming album. I think it's called I Need You or I Want You, something like that.
Out in April.
Yeah, that song is really good. It really takes you back to Rat days. I mean, it's Stephen Pearcy. Of course, it's going to sound like Rat. But it's good. It's very, very good. It almost takes you back. Remember when he was in Arcade?
Well, I was going to say, Arcade didn't sound like Rat, though, per se.
True. But this has a very Rat feel. This song does. It's good. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of that to come out because it'll be good.
That's really, really cool too, because we don't get rap music these days. They don't put out anything. They're not existing anymore. So if he can throw something out there to remind us of what that was or what they were like, that's all right. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. This past April was when he released "I Need You." I was close. Of course, that's got Stephen Pearcy on lead vocals and rhythm guitar. One of the things I thought was pretty cool is Blas Elias is on drums, and if anybody recognizes that name, of course he was in Slaughter or still is or whatever.
Still is. I think.
Yeah. So how cool is that? And there's also an undisclosed special guest on guitar. I don't think we know who that is yet, even though that was supposed to have already been released. I don't think it has. They were probably like, "Oh man, we forgot to say who you are," and he's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter no more. I can't find my credit card anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I can't help it."
Yeah, whatever. We should just the rest of the show is going to be in that voice. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Some new stuff coming from Stephen Pearcy. It'll be good. I'm holding out hope. There's been a couple things. I'm not going to talk about anything sort of like the Tommy Lee that I tried listening to last week and just couldn't get through. But the Stephen Pearcy one's going to be good.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. You know what I'm excited for?
He knows where his bread's buttered, and he knows how to play straight to his audience. What are you excited for?
I want to jump right into this because I'm excited for Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And this is leading up to a story that we're going to talk about. But this Saturday, for those of you that are keeping tabs, the Mill in Terre Haute. Am I missing stuff?
That's not a very in the photo of the article, not a very appetizing cherry pie.
True. Real quick though, I want to jump into the chat because this is the fun stuff that I like to do when people are listening, and then we talk about something and they immediately jump in and make a comment.
Yes.
First off, I want to say hi to Backstage Recordings, who says, "My niece has done 2 painted charity guitars for Alice Cooper events."
Nice.
Phenomenal. This is one of those things, especially when you have charity events, because Alice Cooper does a lot of those. As we jump back into the whole Alice Cooper thing, he's doing all kinds of charity stuff all over the place, and to have someone, this would be someone who knows someone, that happens to be family with someone who has done 2 painted charity guitars for his events. I love that, and I appreciate you sharing that. Backstage Recordings, very, very cool. And again, welcome in. We appreciate you being here. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button because the moderator didn't tell anybody after she posted it first, and nobody goes back and reads comments unless I post them up there.
Yeah. The charity guitar thing at shows is pretty prominent, but there's a reason, because people want that guitar, especially if it's autographed, hand painted. Especially, I don't know what these look like, but I can imagine they had something pretty cool going on with them. For them to be prominently displayed and auctioned off for charity or however they did it.
Yeah, very true. And real quick, I just want to Backstage Recordings, if you by any chance have pictures of those guitars and you're able to share them, send them to us. I'm pretty sure you could send that via text message to our hotline, which is 747-333-8977. Again, that's 747-333-8977. I invite everybody to use that to send stuff.
Yes.
Except for moderator Natalie, because she likes to just message us when she's being harassed. Yes, like we don't get the freaking messages. We know you're getting harassed because we're doing the harassing.
Yeah, that's our Los Angeles studio, by the way.
Yeah, she made a mention earlier about something about the Mandalorian budget was a lot like our budget, but I'm going to say that our budget actually was a little bit more than the Mandalorian.
A little bit more?
Yes. Or no, I think she was talking about Obsessed.
Backrooms. Obsessed.
It's so dark. Yeah, maybe we could just do this podcast in the dark.
Because I'm sure the Mandalorian budget was pretty extensive.
Yeah, but the money was CGI.
Right. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
You can save a lot of money without doing the CGI stuff and just act in studios with backgrounds and real streets and stuff.
Yeah. Exactly. She did one with Alice's face and Snake, and the other is the $1 Billion Babies cover on the guitar.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, very cool. So again, thanks for sharing. Where was I on this? Oh yeah, this Saturday at the Mill in Terre Haute, Indiana, kicking off at I believe 7 p.m. A great show coming up there. It's going to be Bullet Boys opening, followed by Firehouse, and headlined by Warrant. It was just a couple years ago, I think, that we saw Warrant at the Brown County Music Center. This is, of course, going to be again at the Mill in Terre Haute. Bullet Boys,
Bullet Boys was at the last one.
Was on this,
and Lita Ford. I think that's what you saw, right?
Yes, that is exactly what it was. It was Lita Ford and the Bullet Boys. This time, the little difference there is going to be Firehouse, who, of course, as we've mentioned before on here, we saw them with Paralandra just last year. So that's going to be pretty cool. Sometimes I get confused on when we've actually had people on this show and when we've seen concerts and all that, because we go to concerts a lot. It's been a while since we've had a guest on here, but I didn't realize, and I'm going to mention him a little bit later, but I didn't realize that Mark McKay, if anybody remembers, country artist, almost to the point we can call him artist superstar. Mark McKay was on this show 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea it had been that long. We're going to get into some more Mark McKay stuff later because he's got some tour dates that he's announced that we're going to go over, because there's a reason I'm going to go over those. Speaking of Warrant being at this show and headlining this show on Saturday, because of this recent news that has peaked regarding Warrant, I am very curious to see the age group of the people that actually show up, or how many of a younger generation will be there this Saturday. The reason, because I know you're all wondering, in a recent interview with Warrant in Australia, Eric Turner, who of course is the Warrant guitarist, was asked about the fact that the song Cherry Pie is reaching a whole brand new generation now, because think of Metallica. Think of Stranger Things.
Right.
When Stranger Things has this character that is playing a Metallica song, Master of Puppets just went off the charts again, because this new generation is like, oh man, that's what he was playing, and that's a real song, and blah, 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 blew up.
Right. Which is great for Metallica and great for metal.
And well, guess what? It is allegedly happening again, but this time with Cherry Pie reaching a whole new generation, thanks to the hit Prime Video series called Off Campus. This is a college soap opera, basically, based on some best-selling book series that was done by L. Kennedy. I don't know. I'm going to go with L. Kennedy. Off Campus. All right, this is the premise. Follows an elite ice hockey team and the women in their lives as they grapple with love, heartbreak, and self-discovery, forging deep friendships and enduring bonds while navigating the complexities that come with transitioning into adulthood. We call that puberty. Anyway.
Well, listening to Cherry Pie?
Well, here's why. In the third episode, I've not seen this.
I haven't either.
I've read about this, and I'm going to have to go see what it is.
Well, now that you're done with Euphoria.
Right, exactly. I got to move on to something else. So this show, what I say it was called, Off Campus.
Off Campus
is reportedly now the third most watched debut series of all time on Prime Video. Correct, with a combined 38 million viewers. I think it's a 6. It's actually 36 million viewers in its first 2 weeks. Number one, insane. In episode 3, there is a character called Hannah, and she is doing a karaoke performance of Cherry Pie, and it becomes one of the show's most talked about moments. I'm now going to have to find this.
Right. We need to see a clip.
It's got to be on the YouTubes. And if it's there, my 4 and 7-year-old granddaughters was singing Cherry Pie this past weekend. Pam, we love them. I'll be singing it this weekend too. Loud and proud. Wow. What if Bobby Brown will be there?
This song, and it's good that Eric Turner feels this way. I like it when bands embrace a signature song, even though they may not like the song, or maybe it's burned out, or they have to play it all the time. I like it when they embrace it, and that's because these are the songs that put them on the map. You know what I mean? Hold on just a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those songs that put them on the map, but it's also one of the songs that Janie Lane hated.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely hated. And he wrote it. It's one of those things where they complete Uncle Tom's Cabin, which is what the album was going to be called. That album was done, and record company execs, producers, whoever, come to Warrant and say, "Hey man, we don't hear a single."
Yeah.
And I have got an eye irritation all of a sudden.
Did you get pepper sprayed?
Allergies, man. Allergies are killing me. But we don't like this. We don't have a single, and we need a single. And so Cherry Pie is born, even though I think it was very much already hated by the time it was even recorded. But the video was fun. And you mentioned Bobby Brown, and of course they got Janie Lane and Bobby Brown got a relationship out of that and all that. But he has been outspoken over the years before he passed of his disdain for this song. But it also has made them a lot of money.
Oh, for sure. Eric Turner was asked if the song has seen like a huge spike in streams and downloads due to it being on off campus. And he says, we normally put out a video or something. Maybe it gets 200 or maybe it gets 20, 40,000 streams. These streams we're putting out are like 2 million.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, there's really a big difference. He says their Apple, Spotify, everything is blowing up, and they're very, very grateful, and they're really excited. Here's something kind of funny: they didn't even know, like they had no clue that it was going to be used in this episode. Eric Turner
says, thought he was told.
No, he said it. His wife's phone started blowing up, and all of her friends were texting, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we just heard Cherry Pie." I'm texting with my thoughts. Just heard Cherry Pie on this TV show, and blah blah blah. So, yeah,
wow.
And what an anthem! What a great song! In its own. I love it. Janie Lane, rest in peace. But whatever.
I'm not a fan of the song. Now I will listen to it if it's on. I don't like turn the radio or anything, but Warrant I think has much better songs, a lot better songs than that one, and that's the one that gets all the exposure. And I think that's the problem Janie had. That's the reason we got Dog Eat Dog, which is a great record. It's heavier, it's more introspective, it's more it's just a better record because he wanted it to be heavier.
You really think it's better?
Dog Eat Dog?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better as far as the album Cherry Pie. I think the album Cherry Pie is the best version of Warrant for that time period, for the glam metal period, because they had evolved into better songwriters. It's a great record. But man, Dog Eat Dog, that's
phenomenal album.
Phenomenal. Yes. Yeah. I don't know that it's better because it's not what Warrant was, when they were popular.
Right, absolutely. but it's still cool. I love how some of these TV shows, they're digging in the archives.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of a sudden you get these hit shows that are playing Metallica. They're doing Master of Puppets, one of the most iconic Metallica songs ever. And then you got this one pulling something from Warrant when they could have easily done, Rat, Poison, Skid Row, or Bon Jovi. They go when they decide to pull Warrant. I don't know the premise of the scene other than it's karaoke.
Who was sitting in the writing room? Who was sitting in the writing room and said, "Hey, we need a song," and someone was like, "Hey, Cherry Pie," and
it's
they're like, "What?"
raunchy and it fits, but I don't know. I'm almost afraid to watch it now.
What's really, really cool too, back to the monetary business side of it, is that now these shows have learned their lesson, I believe, and they license these songs in perpetuity. Because
and I don't even know what that
before,
means.
well, before when you had songs, in your TV shows, the licensing would run out, and then in reruns you couldn't have reruns because you had the music in there, and you didn't have the licensing for it, and it cost a fortune to do it.
We have that problem on this very show because we can't play, music that belongs to another band unless we license it and we pay, because especially for uploading something like this is a live stream on YouTube. When we put this up there, they scan it to see.
Yes.
Now, for our theme song, our opening song that's played, that is owned by us. Yeah,
that's an
we
original
own that
piece.
license. But when it comes to actually doing anything else and playing these bands that we've had on before and playing their stuff, can't do it.
Yeah, because I don't think it falls under fair use. I talked about that with you, and I don't think it falls under fair use where you get so many up to a minute of playtime or whatever. You have to be a music show that plays music like a DJ. But now, see, they run out of the licensing, then they can't do the reruns and all that stuff until they figure that out. A good example of this is the TV show Baywatch. When it went into syndication, they couldn't. When it went into DVD format, they couldn't put the original music in it.
Right.
So what they did was they hired songwriters and composers and came up with all new stuff for 10 seasons of that show that they own, and now they can use that. But if you want the original stuff, you got to go to the German version or somewhere else to find it. A lot of shows are like that. Freaks and Geeks couldn't be aired for a very long time because the music was not licensed.
Yeah.
But now I'm sure that Off Campus has paid plenty of money to Warrant and their publishing for this song.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if I'm reading Pam's message wrong in the chat, but she says no single with Uncle Tom's Cabin ? One of my faves. If you're legit asking if that ever came out as a single, it actually did. It was the third single from the Cherry Pie, and I agree with Pam. I love that song. I love this. I love songs with stories other than Cherry Pie. Uncle Tom's Cabin is like, it's kind of like Hazard, if you can remember that song. Who sang that? That just left my brain. Richard Marx. He came out with Queensryche. You look at Queensryche and Operation Mindcrime. The entire thing was a story.
Right.
Richard Marx had Hazard, and that was a continuing story with a couple other songs. But I love things like that. Uncle Tom's Cabin, obviously one of my favorites. I don't think there's a single song on that Cherry Pie album that I skip ever. Especially Ode to Tipper Gore. It's my favorite one.
Right. Blind Faith is a great ballad. I Saw Red. I Saw Red is excellent because it's got that dichotomy, where 1 minute we're happy, then we're angry, and then all that stuff, and Janie Lane hits some of the best high notes in that bridge that he's ever hit. He's so good, or it was.
Yeah, she was referring to the fact that that Cherry Pie was written because they didn't see Uncle Tom as being a single. Yeah, this is
Right.
supposed to show that
Right.
they don't know what people like.
Right. They're looking at MTV back then.
Oh yeah,
They're
we
looking at
need to have
MTV.
something raunchy, something about
We got
girls
we
and
got to put a
rock and roll.
girl in it, and fire hoses, and that's what they're thinking.
Yeah,
And they're not. I mean, they're right. At that point in time, they were right
sure, to a point.
to a point.
I have a surprise to show you. I'm going to bring this up now. This is thanks again to Backstage Recordings, who gave permission and sent a photo of one of the guitars, and I asked for permission to post it on here in the middle of the show. So if you're listening to us on your drive home and you're not watching this, don't watch it while you're driving. But you might want to jump on here and look at this. I'm going to open it, and I'm probably going to have to resize it. But oh no, I'm not. Look at that.
Ooh.
Look at that.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Can I take us out? Yeah, there we go. I'm going to take us out just so you can see that. Backstage Recordings. Her niece painted this for Alice Cooper. Can I zoom into this bad boy?
Look at the texture.
Yeah, that's what I was going to try to zoom in on, but I can't because I'm special.
If you're not watching and you're listening, it's a green, painted at green guitars, scaled almost like snakeskin, isn't it?
Like reptile skin.
Yeah, like reptilian type skin. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, I like that. I don't even know if it's actually got texture or if it just makes it look like that the way it was painted. It's pretty cool.
There are artists that are very good at that and can make it look like it has texture.
Yeah. Now I got to push a bunch of buttons and bring us back up here. That's very cool. Oh yeah, I should have done that when you were drinking. Very cool. We appreciate you letting us share that backstage recording.
Yeah, thank
very
you.
Cool. If anybody's paying attention, read some of the comments she's put. She says, Google Steve Vai painted charity guitar and you will see her latest, that being her niece. So that's very cool. Do that. Not now. Wait till the show's over. You still got like 13 minutes. So just hold on. We still have other stories. Anyway, go watch the TV show because I'm going to. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it as soon as I'm done here. That's not true. It's called Off Campus. It is on Prime Video. If you do not have a Prime Video subscription, send a message to Ace and he will give you his login.
Right. I got enough people I support on that.
Oh, for sure. Very, very cool stuff coming out. I sent you this earlier today because I wasn't sure if you had heard it yet and you got a chance to listen to it. We got some Skid Row news. Not really.
Dude.
It's not Skid Row news.
Is Viper still there? It's Skid Row.
It's Skid Row news. Some Sebastian Bach news as we are, what is today? We're 9 days away from the Ride the Rainbow, the ultimate tribute to Richie Blackmore's Rainbow collaboration album that's coming out. And the final single from the set has been released, and that was released today. It is now available wherever you get your songs, whether it be Spotify, Apple. I'm sure you can find it on the YouTubes or whatever. The song is Man on the Silver Mountain. Everybody knows that song. There are probably local bands around here that play that song. The cool thing is that the vocals are done by current Twisted Sister lead singer and former vocalist for Skid Row, Sebastian Bach. He is doing what they are calling a devastating performance of Man on the Silver Mountain, of course, which is originally cut from Rainbow's debut album back in 1975, and it's been a concert favorite for years after its release. This doesn't just include Sebastian Bach.
No.
This lineup is incredible. Rainbow's own Bob Daisley, Uriah Heep's Mick Box, Journey's Jonathan Cain,
the outlier,
and Whitesnake's Doug Aldrich complete the lineup alongside super legendary Carmen Apiece, who actually revealed at a point in time that he was almost in Rainbow himself. Go listen to this track. This this does this song justice. How many times
It
can we say
does.
this? Between your eye issues and now my choking issues. I listened to it today and immediately put it on repeat because it was good. And I'm like, I'm sending this straight to Ace. I don't know if there's a video or if just a lyric video or something, but if I'm going to find it and I'm going to put it up there, I'm going to put it on our socials, which basically just means our YouTube.
Bach kills the vocal on this.
Mm,
he does such a good job. And stylistically, he's a lot different than Ronnie James Dio, but stylistically different, but no less better. I mean, he's so good.
Yeah, exactly. We're 9 minutes away from the end of this episode because, time flies when you're having fun. And before we get to our final story, I'm going to throw out a couple things real quick. I was talking about some tour dates that are coming up for some bands that a lot of us like, a lot of us follow. I mentioned Firehouse already, who will be in Terre Haute, Indiana on the 13th. They have released a lot more dates as well. Some stuff going almost all the way up until December, where they're going to be in New York. They're going to be in Kentucky on the 26th of September. The cool thing is we just don't know where. That's going to be announced soon. They will be back in Indiana if you want to take a trip up to Shipshewana on the 29th of August. Firehouse will be at the Blue Gate Theater up there. If you've never been up to Shipshewana and never went to the Blue Gate Theater, it is definitely a place worth checking out. If you want to go even farther and go to Michigan, you can see them the 24th and 25th of July. In addition to Firehouse being on tour, one of the friends of this show, Paralandra, they have some more 2026 shows going, including this Saturday as well. They'll be in Burlington, Iowa. If you are close to the Indiana area where we are, or in the surrounding part of the world, August 1st, they will be at Beaver Dam, Kentucky. And then they're going to go into Oklahoma, Ohio, yada, 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 through a couple dates in October. And I expect there to be a lot more dates released with them. And one more bunch of shows to mention. Another friend of the show, Mark McKay, who I had a message with the other day. He's on the road. A lot of stuff going through this month. A lot of West Coast stuff from California, Louisiana, which obviously is not West Coast, Nevada. And then he's hitting Connecticut and then South Dakota and then Colorado. He's bouncing all over the place. My message to him was, with all of these dates, he misspelled Indiana on all of those. And the reply I got was, we'll be there this fall. Don't know where yet, because I don't even know if he knows yet, because, they have to get this stuff finalized before they can announce them and everything. So be on the lookout. We'll let you guys know, because, of course, we want to support those that have supported the show. Of course, Paralandra and Mark McKay, who have been on the show before. So it's very cool. Our last story of the day for everybody. This is very, very cool. I know Ace is looking forward to getting into this a little bit in our last 6 minutes of this show. Rush has kicked off their 2026 50-something tour. They kicked off just this past Sunday, I believe it was, in Los Angeles, playing their first show with their brand new, beautiful drummer, Anika Nilles. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too much. But they've kicked off their first tour in 11 years this past Sunday in Los Angeles. This is the band's first trek since the passing of Rush drummer Neil Peart, they launched it with a 4-night stand at the Forum in Los Angeles. And as you and I were talking, as we were doing the show before the show, everybody's anticipating just how good this was going to be because of Anika Nilles.
Right. Never has a drummer been under such a big spotlight as Anika Nilles. And, I feel like she delivered. If you've watched any video from the first 2 nights at the Forum, Anytime that she hit some sort of iconic Neil Peart drum fill, the crowd would just erupt, in cheers because they were just waiting on pins and needles. Like, is she going to hit it? Is she going to do it?
Yeah.
And she delivered every time. She sounded fantastic. I've watched several videos. She did really well. And what was funny is that no one concentrates on the concern on whether Geddy Lee can actually still sing anything. So the heat's off Geddy Lee, and
They didn't
here's the
care.
thing. Yeah, it didn't matter. Geddy can still sing. He much like what Rick Emmett is doing. They've tuned it down a bit, and they're hitting the notes they can hit, but he sounds really, really
Oh,
good.
for sure. The playlist for the 50 something is
It's
from
crazy.
it's from a poll of
Crazy.
around 40 Rush classics, with the band playing 2 sets a night.
Right.
And if you've not seen or looked at the set list for their June 7th concert that they just had the other day, there's 42 songs listed on here.
Yeah, they're playing up to 24 songs a night.
Yeah.
Geddy had talked about prior to this, when they were getting ready for the tour, they wouldn't be playing these 3.5 hour marathons of any sort. We'll
Right.
pare it down to about an hour and a half. I didn't even think 24 songs would be possible at all.
Me neither. But apparently that's exactly what's happening. And if you look at that list, I mean, they're playing everything. Now, sure, they're playing some parts of songs, but they still count. But I mean, they're playing some songs that they haven't played since 2011, 2013. It's an
2004.
incredible list. Anything that you can imagine, they're probably playing. And of course, their encore was their last song that they played was "Working Man."
Well, and by touring the Snow Dog, there's something to me that's an obscure track.
That they haven't played in 22 years.
Right. They opened with Xanadu the first 2 nights, and this set list shifted, from night to night.
Right.
A lot of bands don't do that. They stay on that same set list, and it's 15 songs, and the video packages are all set, and this is what we do, and it's great.
Backstage Recordings is apparently a Rush fan. I saw Rush in 75, 77, 78, and 79 in Detroit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a true fan right there.
Absolutely.
That's the heyday. Not the heyday per se, but that's pre-synthesizer, keyboard, where people were a bit divided on what Rush was heading into. That's that heavy guitar-driven stuff.
Yeah. It's crazy. I love it. This is a 40 stop tour, I believe.
Yeah.
Just in the continental US and Canada and Mexico. Plus there are total now of 58 shows across 24 cities with over 500,000 tickets sold already for 2026. And then they said, okay, we're going to do 24 shows across 13 European countries. This isn't just a quick little thing.
No. They also have added a musician, much like Triumph adding 3 additional musicians.
Yes.
Rush has added a keyboard player. I can't recall his name at the moment. But if you know Rush, Geddy Lee plays keyboards and bass and sings. And having a keyboard player available to him takes some of that strain off. But he also still plays the keyboards.
Yeah.
Alex Lifeson, we didn't even talk about him and how good he sounds. Unbelievable. Whereas there were some hiccups on Triumph's first night, there were no hiccups on this first night for Rush.
Right.
They sounded fantastic.
Yeah, it's very cool. Super excited for them. If you want to see some of the footage from those shows in LA, they're all over the internet, specifically on the YouTubes. So go check them out. They're worth it. You're going to be blown away, especially when you get to see Anika and what she's doing on drums. It's phenomenal. Great person. I'm glad they picked her to do this. So it's good.
Well, yeah, and that was the concern, but I think she's the perfect person for it.
Yeah.
Mike Portnoy was the one everyone threw out there, and he was nervous about getting called to do the Rush thing.
Yeah,
and he would have nailed it. But she's perfect for this.
She's killing
Perfect.
it. Killing it. Well, that is your show for this, the 185th episode. I appreciate you guys being here. Be sure to join us next week, where we'll talk about some more stuff. And I'm going to have another guitar to show off, thanks to Backstage Recordings, because I got another photo. And I'm not going to do it right now. It's going to wait because we're going to do it next week. We'll also talk about the concert that we're going to be at on Saturday. So we'll have a bunch of stuff. Now, don't just chime out real quick. We have to pay the bills. So although we're going to be gone, kind of like now, and you can't see us, we still have to pay the bills. So we got to play an ad for our sponsor and thank our friends over at Petty's Poor Decisions. So I'm going to put their logo up. We're going to play their commercial. And when it's done, we're out of here. Craving a bar that rages as hard as your mosh pit? Petty's Poor Decisions rolls in with a mobile bar that slays weddings, parties, and epic events. Custom cocktails, killer service, no lame excuses. Why settle for weak vibes when you can crank it to 11? Head to Petty's Poor Decisions on Facebook and ignite your next gig. Poor Decisions never rocked this hard.